Hello and welcome to Calhoun County's Most Wanted. I am Susan Shipman in for John Garlick, and Sheriff Matthew Wade is here with me today.
It's always good to be on the show, Susan. I'm glad you're here. You're definitely better looking than John.
It's a pleasure to be here. I like his car better than mine, I think, but that's okay. We have captured a criminal since the last time we were here.
Absolutely. We've never been let down. One arrest this week. We'll take it. We're glad to have it, and it can't happen without the help of our viewers and people in Calhoun County. Brings our total up to 5,193 people arrested, all because somebody was willing to help us out and participate in making their community safer, and that's what we're about. Community safe. Community and being aware and everybody working together.
And that is phenomenal. 5,000, how many?
193.
That's outstanding, very good. And that's because the community steps up when the community can and lets the Sheriff's Department know that these people are here, and that's awesome. All right, so we're going to look at the first half of the lineup and be back with you in just a minute. Philip Taylor, Anniston, Alabama, probation violation, possession of controlled substance. Mabel Sessions, Anniston, Alabama, probation revocation, breaking, entering a vehicle. Josie Kofer, Anniston, Alabama, failure to appear, receiving stolen property, second. Connie Watley, Anniston, Alabama, probation violation, possession of controlled substance. Travis Basil, Ohatchee, Alabama, probation violation, obstructing justice using false ID. If you have any information about these cases, please call 1-833-251-7867. Welcome back with us. Matthew and I were talking about the bad rap that law enforcement started getting a few years back, and how difficult it is to find people that want to become a part of law enforcement.
Absolutely. In the last 5 to 7 years, maybe a little bit longer, law enforcement has had a negative connotation put with it for some incidents that's happened on the national stage. It's had, and some of it's our fault as law enforcement. Things do need to change. We're here to serve, not be served.
Yes.
And we need to make sure that how we treat the public is in commensurate to the level of that they expect. We exist for them, not the other way around. But with that being said, there are some things that's transpired in the law enforcement community over the years that's made it better. But with all of the negative connotation that's happened, with all the things that's going on, especially on the main media stage for national news, that has trickled down all across America, where the ranks of law enforcement are not being filled. People's not applying, people's not coming to do the job anymore. And it's easy to say, well, I don't blame them. You've seen all the stuff you have to put up with, all the we're supposed to be the good guys.
Right. Right.
And we are.
Right.
99.9% of the time we are.
Exactly.
There's almost 1 million law enforcement officers in America.
And there's a bad one out there.
There's
There's
bad teachers. There's bad.
That happens in all professions.
In all professions.
Yes.
The difference is we're a high stakes game. We're taking people's freedoms.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, on occasion, we're taking lives on occasion.
And it's high stakes for law enforcement as well.
It is. So all of that to say that the ranks of law enforcement, this people's not wanting to get in to do the job, but and what I tell people that say something to me about it is if you want something to be different, you can't expect somebody else to do it for you.
That's it.
So if we need those difference makers. We need people who want to make a difference. And if somebody says, well, law enforcement or cops are this or cops are that, the only way to make a difference is for good people to get in law enforcement. If you think it's wrong, get in there and be the difference maker. Be the person who stands up when they see something wrong. I can't remember the actual person who said it, but I think it might have been Harry either Roosevelt or I think it was President Roosevelt, said, evil exists when good men do nothing.
There you go.
So
that's it.
We're looking for good men and women to get into law enforcement, not just at the sheriff's office, but law enforcement in general. And so that's been a difficult challenge for us over the last 7 years. Right now we have numerous opens in the jail. and as for deputies. And, you know, it does take a special person to be in law enforcement.
It does. You have to care, and you have to want to make that difference, make your community different and better.
Everybody needs money to exist,
Sure.
but they need to be driven off of wanting to be that difference maker, wanting to make the difference in their community, to want to make it a safer place, to make it be a better place.
A better place, yes.
You know, and as sheriff, we really drive that home. And in Calhoun County, I still think that we're considered the good guys. We're
Yes.
lucky in the community in which we live, where people do look at us as the good guys, and they do believe in us and trust in us. And it's our job to make sure we don't violate that trust. So we are lucky here, but we're still facing some difficult times of trying to find young men and women to want to do the job. And so out of that, you know, we've really looked at different ways and finding ways to do that. And part of it is as we've recruited a company to help us do a video. And we've got a bunch of videos that's going to be coming out to help us to put across at job fairs and to show on this TV show and just to show what we're really about. You know, I think people want to be a part of something when they see it and go, yeah, that's what I stand for too. That's what I believe in, and I want to go work there because it has that purpose. And purpose means more than money. And so we wanted to talk about that today, and I really wanted to show the video on the show.
Great, yes.
And hopefully people will understand when they watch it that they know this is what I try to be about, and this is how I want the sheriff's office to act, and what our people said. In this video, none of it was written down, none of it was coerced. These people were just interviewed, and they just talked, and these are their words. So
that's absolutely perfect.
Yeah. So maybe we'll put the video on, and after we watch the video, we'll come back after the second half of the lineup. You know, our slogan is having a servant's heart. When we started coming up with that, it was, hey, we're here to serve, not be served. I tell people all the time that come to work here that people expect more from us, and we're supposed to give them more.
I left that department and came to the county because I saw the leadership, and I loved that leadership mentality. He leads from the front, and that's something that we strive to do here. He wants to serve, he wants us to go serve, and we're allowed to go do that.
The things that I liked about a sheriff's office over a municipality is the area and the diversity. In a city, you're kind of in a box. You get to go to this city limit to this city limits and deal with city problems. In the county, you can deal with a wide range of problems in a wide range of environments, and I believe that's what attracted me to a county. We do have pay incentives for certified officers coming from other jurisdictions. That they'll get a bonus at the end of their training program, and then they'll get a significant bonus at the end of their 1 year of employment.
My favorite thing about working at the sheriff's office is being able to do my job the way it needs to be done. I have the support from my supervisors and from the sheriff to be able to go out and do my job. There are some dangerous people outside that are out, and sometimes it's hard to find them. We need extra things, we need extra resources, and the sheriff's all about making sure that we get whatever we need to get the job done.
I keep little stuffed animals in the back of my car, because when I was younger, I had a police officer give me a stuffed animal, so that's a big thing for me. I always keep a bag of them in my car that I'm able to pass out. That's kind of what gives me that feeling of accomplishment, to know that I make a difference. Maybe not the big, I chase the bad guys way every single day, but maybe it's just making sure that somebody feels safe when they go home at night.
We're looking for a few bright stars with a heart to serve. If you're looking for a law enforcement environment where in Calhoun County, Alabama, we're still the good guys, I want to talk to you. I'm Sheriff Matthew Wade. Contact me at our Facebook page, our website, or just by a plain old-fashioned phone call.
Carla Grant, Anniston, Alabama, failure to appear, possession of controlled substance. Bradley McCraw, Alexandria, Alabama, theft of property, third. Nakuda Lucata Cole, Anniston, Alabama, failure to appear, possession of controlled substance. Dorothy Curvin, Piedmont, Alabama, probation violation, theft of services, second. Donnie Chapman Jr., Anniston, Alabama, probation violation, possession of controlled substance with intent to distribute. If you have any information about these cases, please call 1-833-251-7867. And we're back, and if you saw someone in the lineup that you recognize and you think you know where they are, you can call the Sheriff's Office at 256-236-6600. You call, they haul.
Absolutely. You know, believe it or not, people hit us up on Facebook all the time and give us tips. And they always say, can I be anonymous? I said, absolutely.
Yes.
The only person that'll know is me.
That's it.
We give information to the deputies. They don't even know where it comes from. And I know we've gotten a couple this week. We actually had somebody contact us about somebody that had committed a homicide in North Carolina and had some relatives here and wanted us to know. And we actually found out through Facebook and was able to help. They weren't here, but we were able to get involved and make sure that they weren't.
That's huge.
It was. So social media and the electronic age really helps us.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. The video, the tool.
Yeah, well, you know, I hope everybody liked the video. It was something that, like I said before, we didn't have any scripts. We didn't go pick somebody and go, hey, we want you to say this. What we did is we asked the company to come in, and they spent several days with us, and they just went to each division of the Sheriff's Office and talked, set the camera up and asked people. We didn't make them do it. Do you mind interviewing? And those that didn't mind doing it, they talked with them and they just took their words. It wasn't a script or anything like that. It was just basically conversation. So what those people said is really flattering for me, and I'm blessed to have them, and we got good people, and they do a great job, and I do try my best to make sure that they know that what my core values are. And those values are that we're a service agency. We're there to serve people.
Yes.
We're there to take care of people. I actually tell them, I said, if you don't know what to do, ask yourself this one question. Is it better for the citizen or better for you? If it's better for you, it's probably the wrong thing. If it's better for the citizen, that's probably the right thing. You know, it's almost quitting time and you pass by somebody who needs their tire changed.
Yes.
It'd be easier to kind of just keep a blind eye and keep going. The sheriff wants you to turn around and go back and help that person change that tire because they might be having one of the worst days they've had in a while, and you can just help them and get them back going. So
I had a friend that used to say, if it's not inconvenient, it's not service work. And so, you know, you live by that, and you're going to help some people out along the way.
You know, one of the best feelings in the world is doing something for somebody else. And, you know, when I was growing up, you know, and trying to decide on what to do, I knew I wanted to do something outside. I wanted to do something where I was moving around. I didn't want to be in an office, and that's kind of changed because that's all I do now. I'm in the office of sheriff, but I want to do something that mattered.
Yeah.
I want to do something that was important, that made a difference, that at the end of the day, you go, hey, I did something good.
Yes.
I did something for somebody else. And I say it all to the deputies all the time, go do something for somebody and don't expect nothing in return. It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It is. It is. It's truly remarkable spiritually that you are able to do that, and you step outside a comfort zone, and then someone benefits from that, and wouldn't necessarily expect that from us.
That's right.
No.
You know, and we were talking before the break about law enforcement and the negative connotation that's comes with it. There's so many great things that people get out of being a law enforcement officer, and it's hard to explain and put into words, but you know, when you're a difference maker and you do something during the day and you go, I did that, you know, I helped that person, there's no better feeling. And of course everybody has to have money to live on and do things, and money's important, but it can't satisfy your soul.
No.
And at the sheriff's office, we've gotten the pay up to right at $40,000 a year, starting pay for an untrained deputy, and every year they get a raise automatically every year.
Cool.
And so from 2016 to now, the county commission's given us, on top of our annual raise, about another 15%.
Excellent.
So things are going well at the sheriff's office. There's good careers there, and you know, we're trying to let people know what we're about. And I tell people who talk about law enforcement, in a negative connotation. I said, well, there's only way that it'll ever change for the better. That is if good people get involved and become those difference makers and get involved and says, you know what, I'm going to come do it. I'm going to do it for the right reason. I'm going to come do it because when I see somebody who's stuck on the side of the road, that I'm going to stop and help them.
Because they need your help.
Because they need your help. I'm going to make sure that when I talk to people that I do it with respect, because I've seen it done the other way. So I want to make sure that when I deal with people that they know that I do care.
Because you would expect that
That's right.
yourself.
And I use that all the time. How would you talk to, if it was your mother,
Yeah, yeah.
how would you want them to be dealt with, talked to? So,
exactly.
But that video is definitely something that was heartfelt. It wasn't.
And you can tell that from the interviewees that they love the work that they do.
They do. And one thing that we provide the Sheriff's Office is great training. So much so that a lot of agencies hire our people.
Yeah.
I think some other agencies have an exclusive recruitment plan that they just come to our place to recruit people.
We call that poaching.
We do call that poaching, and those people, we've had stern conversations with a couple of other people to leave our folks alone.
Yes.
But it is flattering in the sense that we have an excellent training program and we have excellent equipment.
And that's vital to the safety of the officers and the people they're trying to serve.
And we give them the tools they need to do their job. And like I said, if you're a 20-year-old, 21-year-old, and you're looking, I always thought you might want to be a career in law enforcement. $40,000 a year starting off is
not bad.
Not bad, and you get a take-home car. And
benefits are pretty darn good.
State retirement. I'm 49 years old, and I've got enough years I could retire. And having that in, when you first start, you think 25 years is forever.
It's like tomorrow.
It's like tomorrow.
It is.
And so
but you're not done yet.
No, I'm not done yet.
Right.
I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
But knowing that I'll have that pension,
yes, sir.
It's just
it's enormous.
Wonderful benefits. And so hopefully people that's watched that video will inquire and want to apply at the Sheriff's Office, which they can do on our website. They can go to our website and apply and send it to us. And of course, they can always contact us, like the video said, through social media.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, we'll still take a plain old-fashioned phone call.
Oh my goodness! And like a resume.
That's like a resume.
Excellent.
And but we are excited and have some exciting things going on.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. We'll be back. Crime Stoppers, between May 28th and May 31st, 2023, a storage unit was broken into on Friendship Road in Oxford. 5 55-inch Roku TVs, assorted clothing items with tags still on, new and used pairs of Nike shoes, car speakers and speaker box, and hotel chairs were stolen. Between May 28 and June 2nd, 2023, a residence on Riches Lane in Jacksonville was burglarized. A red and black Craftsman lawnmower, a red Craftsman air compressor, and 2 42-inch televisions were stolen. On June 2nd, 2023, there was a theft at a residence on Riches Lane in Jacksonville. A red and black four-wheeler with a winch mount and a homemade steel-framed trailer were taken. On June 6, 2023, white Chevrolet Silverado was broken into at the Chevron on Highway 204 in Wellington. An Apple MacBook Pro and a K-Bar military knife were stolen. The suspect is a white male that was wearing a blue shirt and blue jeans driving a gray Hyundai Santa Fe. If you have any information about these cases, please call 1-833-251-7867.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Welcome back, and here's this week's crazy criminal.
All right, this guy here is named Derek Mosley from Portland, Oregon. He's 22. Got a little of a concerned look on his face. That's because he attempted to rob a gun store with a baseball bat. So you can see how taking a baseball bat into a gun store to rob it is probably not a very smart move.
No.
Because the gun store owner probably has access to guns, which he did. So he pulled out a gun and convinced Mr. Mosley here to quit bashing his counter with a ball bat. So Mr. Mosley didn't get shot, but he did get arrested. So he's in the county jail up in Oregon with a $250,000 bond. because he did an attempted robbery of a gun store
With a baseball bat.
with a baseball bat. While baseball bat's could be a very deadly tool.
Yes.
I think a gun trumps it
I think,
you
in the
know,
gun store.
in the gun store.
Yes.
So it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors.
Mm-hmm.
So the gun is going to cover up or trump the baseball bat.
Yes,
So
every time.
Every time. So hopefully he won't ever do that again. And he's lucky to be alive. And so we're glad that he is alive and the gun
Yes.
store owner didn't get hurt. But taking a ball bat to a gunfight
Yeah.
isn't going to work.
Not a
And-
great idea.
And you can see in his eyes he realized he made a mistake.
Oops. Was it at least a Louisville Slugger
I don't know what it was, but
store brand or what?
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I do want to make mention that was talking about coming to work at the sheriff's
Yes.
office, $40,000 a year starting on for deputy pay. It's also a $2,500 sign-on bonus, so come see us.
Woohoo! Absolutely, that is excellent. Yeah, and we also said that the 21-year-old's not the only one that can get hired at the sheriff's
That's right.
office.
You can come work at the sheriff's office for 18 years old. Come work in the jail. So please come see us.
Very good. Thank you all so much for being with us today. We'll be back next week with the crazy criminal and the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.